this point in time. The overpass game, and we've actually seen that used to be a punish pick against Na'Vi. They're winning on that one when they play it. And then Ancient as the third one, the entire time they were trying to battle that Gambit supremacy, they were trying to use maps like Ancient as a way to get into the series to get that win. And quite frankly, they look pretty good on that one too, not least because they've got all this skill.
I think it's the first time in a long time I see NiP not pick Ancient when it's out there, right?
They've been working it hard, right?
They still get it as the third map decider. I think they're going to love that. And here also you see this is going to be a question mark for a lot of teams. Like I thought Dust2 would be a great pick against NiP, but Na'Vi probably not willing to, you know, maybe not feel as comfortable after the update. They don't want to have to face some gimmicks in this game. They just go with their comfort pick, which is Nuke. And this is also a strong map for NiP, but I think the benefit of that is it's mostly strong because of their CT side, and they will get to start on that side. It's a, you know, two-faced coin. If Na'Vi gets off to a strong start, you know, Piston, that's already potentially job done for them on Nuke.
And I will say as well, this map, Nuke, despite the fact traditionally it was more of a team map, it's not an individual map, this might be my favourite map to watch Simple play on. On CT side, he has the green light to go anywhere he wants at any point in time. And it becomes just so hard to figure out where he's going to take you on next.
But pay attention to something about Simple on Nuke, right? It seems like that's where you see his game sense and his awareness. Like when he is playing, he's playing the rotator position on CT side, right, with the op, and you know, in the mid round when he drops down into the site, it's like every time they're actually going for that A split, or if not, he pushes hard. If Na'Vi gets off to a strong start, you know, Piston, that's already potentially job done for them on Nuke.
And I will say as well, this map, Nuke, despite the fact traditionally it was more of a team map, it's not an individual map, this might be my favourite map to watch Simple play on. On CT side, he has the green light to go anywhere he wants at any point in time, and it becomes just so hard to figure out where he's going to take you on next.
But pay attention to something about Simple on Nuke, right? It seems like that's where you see his game sense and his awareness. Like when he is playing, he's playing the rotator position on CT side, right, with the op, and you know, in the mid round when he drops down into the site, it's like every time they're actually going for that A split, or if not, he pushes hot, finds a kill. It's just he's always seems to be one step ahead and is always where the action is. That's why he is even in a position to get so many kills. How many times do we see operas just, you know, saving because they're out of position? By the time they get somewhere, the site is already lost. It's a disadvantage situation. He's always somewhere where he can, you know, have some impact, win the round for his team.
Well, guys, we're getting closer to the action, but we do have time for a quick
individual map. This might be my favourite map to watch Simple play on. On CT side, he has the green light to go anywhere he wants at any point in time, and it becomes just so hard to figure out where he's going to take you on next.
But pay attention to something about Simple on Nuke, right? It seems like that's where you see his game sense and his awareness. Like when he is playing, he's playing the rotator position on CT side, right, with the op, and you know, in the mid round when he drops down into the site, it's like every time they're actually going for that A split, or if not, he pushes hot, finds a kill. It's just he's always seems to be one step ahead and is always where the action is. That's why he is even in a position to get so many kills. How many times do we see operas just, you know, saving because they're out of position? By the time they get somewhere, the site is already lost. It's a disadvantageous situation. He's always somewhere where he can, you know, have some impact, win the round for his team.
Well, guys, we're getting closer to the action, but we do have time for a quick prediction. We're not doing these obviously, throughout the whole tournament. But for this one, you're right. The map pool's so deep for Na'Vi, you're taking them,
I will say this. I agree with actually the point that Yanko said. Basically, the last month or so, especially, and then the RMR, was basically NiP forced ancient picks every time they could. So I have to say, if we can get to the third map, if they can secure their overpass, because I think Na'Vi's winning Nuke, that could be a very, very exciting map. Because I don't think anyone's like a must win on ancient. Nobody has that lockdown yet.
And I talked about the strong CT side, right, for NiP on Nuke. Hampus is the focal player.
At the desk as well, that we could have a real banger series with an uncertain ancient like
regional base. We know that obviously some of the best teams in the world from the CIS region where Na'Vi are, but we're about to kick this one off. Fist bumps are in, the players are ready. And the young boy of LNZ on your screen right here. Get this underway with NiP starting on the CT side, Na'Vi on the attack on their map choice.
Oh, I'm going to get comfortable for this one, Chad. I reckon we've got a banger ahead. Nuke to start us off. And a CT start for the Ninjas. Okay, this looks very, very clear intentions from Na'Vi. Look at this util. It's already both sailing through the sky. The smoke blocks off the vent drop. A door swings open to imply Plopsky's been spotted, but he beheads Boomich and confirms no. What the hell? He pushes further forward. He loses that vantage point, and now Na'Vi will take the lead.
Okay, 4v3 situation. This one can stall out for a moment here. Na'Vi don't need to thrust themselves forward anymore. NiP are the ones scrambling for territory. The call's being made. Perfecto fast over towards
talking a lot.
Yeah, jumping. He's going to be that first man in. Now that utility right now on Electronic, 2 flashes. It's not going to help them secure that lower side. And Hampus peers on in with his head.
Easy, Hampus. He's hard committing to these duels, and it does lead to his demise. And up to LNZ now to do the impossible. They want to take that space. They'd rather just take the jewels. Na'Vi trust their crosshairs. Some flood movement. Does get around the corner, but Simple does not let off the gas. And yeah, Device, you got a 1v4, mate? Don't think so. Neither do Na'Vi. They can get the info, and he can get the first kill, maybe the second. Perfecto denies, and Na'Vi just clean up.
Yeah, after those early exchanges, it stayed to that wolf pack. You could see that they wanted to take the fights, but so did NiP. Not going in their favor with those USPs, but just that little detail that you pointed out with the pistol round. Now, that's something that's going to stay in this game throughout, right? The molly top heart, the smoke that gets lobbed on out to land front Squeaky. It's all about smoke and mirrors here. And Plopsky actually played heads up to deny that vent drop, so you can see the information game starting from that pistol round. A force buy out from NiP here, and well, the best they have to boast is some Deagles and a CZ. Util light on, bit, nading open Squeaky, molly's towards main.
Na'Vi's nuke is so util driven. Look at all of this. This is round 2. NiP burnt out of position, flashed off the line. They got no response. Like, maybe just go again.
Looks like Simple's come up with a better, maybe quicker way to throw that Molotov. Traditionally, we see him go up near one of those little aircon vents. Here, he's actually done it from I would say quicker, quicker position to line on up. So, same util set we see from Na'Vi on a regular basis here, but I love the pace they're kicking things off with right now. And the double dip needing to come in for NiP. Just going to hold on to these upgraded pistols. No point giving them up here. Electronic's going to have a little bit of a look around towards Yard, see if he can find and deny. Make their round 3 as easy as possible. This man on your screen right here, Hampus, down in that vent, he was a big force yesterday in that Astralis victory. Now, everybody showed up for NiP.
You take a Galil. Don't know if they're going to activate too much. Hampus is
Hampus.
flirting with it, and he will take Simple down and get away. All right, that's something, I suppose. The bomb could be an issue for him.
Yeah, he's not going to get away with that there. So I don't know if the risk versus reward is worth it there, right? He could have had a deagle, could have had a bit of extra armor with him right there. Does get the kill. Probably frustrates Simple a little bit there, but I don't know if that's the best of options.
I don't know if you want to make him mad. He's more Hulk than he is stroppy teenager. You won't like him when he's angry. To be fair, you don't like stroppy teenagers when they're angry either.
No,
but
that's true.
It's 2-0, and we are going to be seeing that second bite of the Force by Cherry. They'll be conserving their funds. A little bit of an extra investment, a P250, so everyone gets their sidearm of choice.
Yeah, Hampus went in again with the buy. Looks like they're rinsing and repeating here. Squeaky naded open, Molly nade through. Molly lined up from Simple here, and that one's going to land the same. Back out they go, but more players here this time. Boomich cleaning house, Plopsky on the trade. The damage needs to be done.
He's danced around beautifully and actually aggresses into the heart. It just falls on deaf ears, though. Device and Plopsky thrust into the feed, and yeah, Na'Vi Not rushing the plant and no reason to.
Yeah, get that sight.
Oh, that was stylish. And Hampus has actually caught Simple again, so the head-to-head for him's great, but no rounds to boast. And
Well,
LNZ,
it's sketchy for a moment
it
now.
is. Electronic, however, has got this on lock. A new addition. We've spoken to him, we clarified. We're allowed to call him Linus, or Linus if we were Swedish, but we're not. But LNZ when he's making the plays.
Yeah. So we're trying to, you know, give him the best of both worlds here.
Time to see the guns, Chad. I know it's only the first 3 rounds, but the way in which they've found them, it already kind of, it's got the feeling in my waters that Na'Vi might be bulldozing through this T side.
And we've seen it plenty of times before, on LAN especially, right? We understand that this is possible here, but they're actually not going to keep the MAC-10, so upgrades throughout here for Na'Vi. Going to make sure they have primarily rifles. There's 2 Galils in the mix. On the other side, NiP's buys coming on through, and Device, he has his big green. More of a default spread right now. It's not just going to be that fast play in toward the top side. They're dropping down the smoke walls. And I love the timing. The details on the way that Na'Vi do